the Israeli government to implement the minimum of human rights. We also yesterday, the extrajudicial killing of journalists like ourselves, just to silence the voices in Gaza before they invaded. What can we do besides reading statements and communications? Please, anyone.
Thank you. We fully concur with your views expressed particularly for the killing of the journalists. This is a deliberate policy to silence the journalists, but we were all aware that the truth cannot be silenced. As a matter of fact, I have the honor also to announce that my minister called on the OIC delegation in New York to commence an extraordinary OIC group meeting to discuss a possible course forward to take actions in this regard. In the meantime, we are delighted to observe last Sunday that majority of the Security Council members concur with putting an end to the Israeli policies.
If I may add also, the conference that took place the end of last month in New York was predicated in its concept paper that this is an action-oriented conference, which means that in addition to reiterating, as you have indicated, the principled position which we appreciate in terms of a just solution to the conflict, which requires the end of this illegal occupation and allowing the Palestinian people, among other things, to exercise self-determination, it requires practical steps by the institutions of the UN, including the Security Council, and it has to shoulder its responsibility. And we appreciate the relatively cohesion and unity by almost everyone in the Security Council demanding Israel to stop this, crime against the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. But that is also in itself is not enough. Therefore, we are asking these institutions to take further steps to force Israel to comply with its obligation, and the Security Council has tools available to it if they wish to act accordingly. But states in their national capacity can take also steps. I will give few examples of steps that have been taking place, not only from Europe, although Europe is important because it has an extensive relationship with Israel, such as the European Union is seriously considering maybe suspending, if not the agreement on trade with Israel, but certain parts of it, and it has other tools available to it, so they are seriously considering that. A number of countries, including Spain and others, decided, to suspend military, export, import with Israel. That is also very important. Germany took a step, maybe it's a modest, but it's a very important, step by indicating that they will not send weapons to Israel to be used to kill the Palestinian children. Now, on the countries of the south, my sister from Turkey forgot to say that early in this aggression, they took measures to suspend many of their trade relationship, with Israel and arms sales. Colombia, for example, severed the diplomatic relationship with Israel and decided not to send any of its coal to Israel because they export coal and they have other relationship about, sending CO2 to Israel. They suspended all these things. These are examples in which a growing number of countries are considering taking, measures in their national capacity. And I think that momentum is getting bigger and bigger, and we need to succeed collectively from all these parts, including the different components of the United Nations, until we force Israel to comply with its obligation under the Charter of the UN, and also the legal systems of the United Nations, whether the ICJ, the ICC. Although these institutions, they move slowly, but nevertheless they are also acting. But I think what is really significant that Europe is now acting in a practical way and thinking in a practical way, in a fast way, that should be complemented by all other countries in order to bring Israel into compliance. So we are now in the midst of this stage. We hope that we can succeed in not allowing them to execute the plan that they declared, but this requires more efforts, more pressure, more mobilization, and this is a step, maybe a modest step in this direction. We have to stay the course, and it is your duty, because you referred to Palestinian journalists that were assassinated by Israel in Gaza yesterday, which we condemn that in the strongest terms, and we hope that the international legal system would go after those who have committed these crimes so that they face the punishment that they deserve. But we need to intensify all of our efforts. We urge you to keep pressuring everyone. You need to send large delegations of journalists to go to the Gaza Strip, to see with your own eyes the reality of our people and the crimes committed by Israel, and to report back on it. We ask the Security Council to go and visit and to see with their own eyes the reality there. They are the independent parties. We do not trust the reporting of the Israeli occupying authorities about the reality in the Gaza Strip and the lie that there is no starvation. Everyone saying is starvation. We lost more than 200 people. About half of them are children because of starvation, and more might lose their lives because of lack of food, medicine, and water. We have to intensify the pressure until the Israeli occupying authorities to stop these criminal policies and actions and to reverse this. Abdul Hamid.
Thank you, Ambassador. I have a question